Good morning, everybody. Just having some. Just woke up. I got my coffee ready. I'm doing this early because I booked a load late last night. Is this late bad or good or what? I don't know. So I booked a load late last night to take me from here in Ohio up to Romulus. Good morning, Jerome. Which is fine because it was literally the only load that made any sense. Because we're supposed to have a baby today. Good morning, Don. Good morning, RGB. Thanks for channel member, Jerome Jones channel member, Don Schonger. You weren't first today, Don. But it's early. I surprised you. So we're supposed to have a baby today. So this is what's happened with that. Hang on, it's getting hot in here. Okay. So we had 3 babies coming. We had one, the second one's coming. So she was scheduled for this morning, and then they postponed it to tonight. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to keep running an Amazon load so I can stick around the house, right? And live chat. Okay. And so I'm about to tell you, Jerome. So as you know, I was home for 4 or 5 days, right? Because my truck was in the shop over the weekend. So I got started on Tuesday. And I basically run around. Oh, sorry, back to the baby. I'm sorry. It's coffee. I need some coffee. I'm waking up. I already took Dee Dee out potty and all of that. So, you want to see this girl? Where is she? Look at you! So happy today. Oh, okay. Leave me. Quick. Let me do this. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm full of energy. But this is early in the morning. I haven't even put my makeup on. I'm just getting up. Okay? So bear with me, Jerome. You know, every sip of coffee brings more energy. I wanted to get this done with you guys so that we didn't totally lose out today, because I'm trying to be faithful to give you a positive show to kick off the week. And so I booked a load last night to start out today. Anyways, hold that thought. Let me go back to the baby. So they scheduled her for late tonight. Then they called her yesterday and told her that they scheduled her out till Thursday. So my daughter's livid because she's as big as a house, and she's so sick of being pregnant. And she's afraid that the baby's going to be huger because they're putting the birth off. So that's what's going on there. But I'm going to have my granddaughter this week. So I'm running Amzn. Now this takes us back. I'm running Amzn not only to try it out and learn it and see if it's lucrative or profitable, whatever you want to say. And so far I feel like it's been pretty good, and I've definitely been putting less miles on my truck, and I filled up my tanks one time. I'm still on half a tank. As far as my clock goes, I still have 30 hours left. Which I guess makes sense because I didn't start till Tuesday maybe. Okay, so, but I was able, so, when you're doing a truck payment, right? So when I'm home, my truck payment still bills. Well, my truck's in the shop, And then when I come out, I've got to catch up those and then still make my daily my daily cost. Jeff does not require me to pay my truck payment daily. Dart did that with me. They do require it. But I like it that way because my costs it's done, right? I'm just not, it's done for the day. And it brings my balance down faster, right? So I like it being taken out to stay current with it every day. Now, eventually I might want to do it monthly, but I have the total freedom and choice to do that. Right now, that's how I like it. So I was able to catch up all the weekend of not driving and get current, right, by yesterday. That's really fast, considering I left Tuesday, right? So financially, if that tells you anything, it's been nice like that. It's been hard because my sleep schedule has got jacked up. Like, I went from first shift to third shift to first shift to third shift, and now I'm back to first shift, right? That's the tough part so far. It's super easy freight. It's super easy checking in, checking out, right? Driving in at night, again, has been cool because I used to do that at JB Hunt. Dropping and hooking's been cool because I used to do that at JB Hunt. And so it brought back a lot of memories. So, the trailers are in great condition. I feel like this lighting is horrible. Which one's? Probably just because. This is my morning face, guys. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do this to you first thing in the morning. But we got to get it done because I got a load today. And I didn't want to disappoint anybody. And I'm having coffee right now, so it's coffee time. So I see that the millionaires are up early this morning because I figured, hey, the millionaires are going to be up early. Millionaires get up early. You know that, right? Like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock every day. I think the earlier you get up and get started, the wealthier you become. That's always been my theory. It's just a theory. And so I have not looked at the open market load boards at all. So I listened to Snorlord's show. And, kind of got an idea of what was going on like that. But I stayed away from peeking at it. So, also, what's great is about Amazon is that the loads freaking are like boom, boom, boom. I mean, their load board is just popping all the time. What's been difficult this week, because I have to stick around the house so I can get home very quickly at any point here within the next few days. So I have to linger, right? I just have to stick around. If I didn't have to do that, I mean, who knows where it's going to take me, right? So we're going to get this baby out, and then we're just going to let it fly. And I'm going to see how that goes. There's been a few loads that have been perfect for me, but I couldn't take them because I don't have a trailer. So some loads you can set the filter where your power only, so a trailer is required, and then some you can set that they provide you with it, right? So obviously the loads that require a trailer, then you have to have your own trailer. So now I have opportunity for these loads as well with my own trailer, right? I'm just kind of walking you guys through like what I've learned and what I'm realizing as I go here. I don't like the fact that they're very, like, you can't talk to a person. You can't call for support, like, to talk to a person. And then even the guard shack people don't handle the check-in and check-out of you per se. There's a person with a strong accent that comes on the camera phone up there. There's a camera looking at you, and they call. The screen says, okay, we're checking you out, process. Somebody comes on and says, blah, 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 blah. Can't barely understand them at all. And this is the part where you give numbers and exchange information. And I've been like, I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. The speakers, right, are terrible. And I'm not trying to be a complainer. I'm just saying, like, it's been very irritating for me. And then I don't understand how it works, because I'm getting the BOLs that I get have no information on them. I don't know what I'm carrying. I mean, obviously it's general merchandise or whatever, but I don't have any weights. So my question is this: if I get pulled over by DOT, it's been my knowledge that I'm supposed to have a BOL showing or maybe not the quantity's not required, but the weight at least and the commodity of what I have. I thought that was the law. Maybe I'm confused, because Amazon sends me blank BOLs. And so I tried to tell the guy, like, I have a blank BOL here. Like, it's not telling me the weight or anything. I said, if I get pulled over, like, I can't show anything to the DOT officer. So the guy, who I could barely understand on the speakerphone, doesn't know what to do about that, doesn't know who I can call, tells me to call the ROC and discuss it. Stop. And so I'm like, okay. The ROC is the only people you can call. And that is difficult. Like, it seems like the button only pops up when you're in a certain part of the app. Forget about phone numbers, guys. There's no phone numbers. Your life runs through that app. So I've already had a problem with, I booked a load and then I canceled the load, and then Jeff and I talked about it. And he said, yeah, you don't want to cancel loads with these guys. It was literally like within 5 minutes, or maybe, yeah, probably within 5 minutes of after I booked it. So Jeff told me, like, that's a no-no. We don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Because once I looked into the load, it wasn't really going to work out with my hours, right? So I canceled it. But it was within 5 minutes. So, like, with C.H. Robinson, as long as you cancel it within the hour, if it's if it's coming up load at short notice, within the hour is okay. And if it's a load that's coming up later in the week, as long as you cancel it within 24 hours, they're usually good with that. So so I was like, okay, I just booked this thing. I'll just unbook it, right? Okay. Apparently, they don't want to understand or work with you or whatever, and that's a big no-no. So I'm like, okay, I apologize to Jeff. I'm like, I'm really sorry. But, you know, I thought it was okay because I just did it within 5 minutes. So that's the thing. So then last night when I was I was looking at loads, because if I'm not mistaken, it will confirm your booking, right? So last night, I'm just looking at loads. And so I go to one load, I look at the details, I go back, I look at the other one. Another one, I was trying to see, compare loads and look at the information. Well, then Jeff says to me, and then I'm trying to go back to the good one, and it's gone. Well, so then Jeff texts me and says, did you book 2 Amazon loads? And I'm like, no, I didn't book either one of those. So 2 of those got booked that I was reviewing and looking at them. So that irked me, because now Jeff's got to cancel one. So we got another cancellation. And so, but the good part that happened was that I got the one that I needed when to my experience on my user end here, like, the load disappeared. And I was sad because it was like the only one that was going to work to get me back to Romulus. So today we're doing the coffee early because we found this perfect load to get me back up to Michigan. I'm supposed to be there today just in case she goes into labor today. The poor little girl has been working, walking around, jumping up and down, drinking castor oil, like all of these weird tricks trying to make herself have the baby. And so I'm going to hit back comments again. Don says, I'm just halfway through my shift. Okay. I hope it's going well. Yeah, so driving nights, being on the night road again has been kind of refreshing. Very relaxing, like, right, going, thinking about it and all that. Like, I remember why I love driving nights. When I first started driving, I was running team and I was the night driver. I always liked it. And obviously, because it's less congestion, less. But the darkness is an issue, like deer, right? Deer are the issue. And I don't have one of those deer guards, and I've been contemplating it. But, I do love running at night, man. It's like, to me, it feels like the trucking takes over the world at night, right? It's just us out there. And maybe that's what I love about it. What did he say? What'd you say, Jerome? Jerome says, yeah, Amazon will turn you into sleep time. Yeah, so check this out. So I'm here, and it also made me feel like, kind of like, this is so weird, but I felt like I feel like, I mean, because, like, okay, they will let some of you park at the Amazon, like, hang out around the gate. So I'm like, we're like just a bunch of, I don't want to say that because it's I'm not going to disrespect what we do. But it's weird. I'm like, okay. So I've camped out at Rossford, mostly at Rossford. I've been camping out. And I'm just like, this is terrible. I'll do that when there's no truck stop around. Like Detroit, you want to probably hang out there. I don't even know if they let you hang out there. It just depends, right? But if the ones that you can hang out at, like, they'll let you hang out. And so there's lots of bobtails hanging out here. But there's only a TA right down the street, which is where I came last night. And I'm like, we're just waiting for the next, right? We're like waiting for the next opportunity. I don't know how to explain it. But, so I think so I'm going to run gosh, I hope this baby comes, because I need to just be, it's like I got this leash holding me back because I need to be home. I like being able to run around home and be this is where I love to run. But, like, you know, there's a good load going over to Illinois, and I just can't get far away from home right now. So I feel like I got this chain around my neck right now. So once we have this baby, then I'll be able to just, like, let Amazon take me where it may, and we'll see how that goes. The rate per mile's been good, but, you know, they're short trips. So my goal has been trying to hit my daily target. And I've come close. So now it makes me feel like, okay, if you look at the fuel, the miles, and that I'm coming close to my daily rate with probably half the cost on my truck. And I caught up fast. Like, I caught up all them days I was behind on my truck payment, and then still maintained. Like, I'd have to ask Jeff, but I don't know if I don't think I've ever taken that many days off, first of all, and then to recover them that quick. So I think I'm doing pretty good. I'll know better when all the stuff gets out of the way, and then like I can run a full week. But the other thing is this too. So I've been working, so I've done all that, and I've been working since Tuesday, right? And now it's Sunday, and I've got 30 hours left on my clock. Like, I can just keep running. So I feel pretty good about it. Like, it's like, that's good. I haven't done the math, so forgive me. And it's too early to do math, but I'm just saying, like, this is how I'm mentally, like, feeling. Like, dang, Now, Jeff will do all the math. I'll do all the math once I can. But, dude, I've been so exhausted. It has turned me into a zombie. I've been not good for my health, guys. Because by the time I was here last night, I was wiped out. I started work yesterday at 1:30 in the morning. And I got done early. Probably, I don't know, 12:30, whatever. But I was so wiped out. And so I started looking for a load because I had 2 hours left. That's the thing too. Like, you can't really fill up your whole clock. So that kind of sucks. But it's good. But look at what I've done with shorter hours of working. So that's just something to keep a pin in. And so I was so exhausted, dude. And it's not like the work is hard. It's just the hours change in sleep schedule. So I put that phone down. I was exhausted, but my truck was trashed. It was dirty. It was time. I needed a shower. Like, oh my God, I was hungry. Like, all of that. And I just basically like said, I'm stopping the whole wide world and I'm going to take care of everything that I need to do to feel better. So I took all the laundry, plus I was out of underwear. So I took all the laundry. I took the rugs, my blankets, Dee Dee's blanket, all that in there, in my wagon, big old laundry bag, and my shower bag, right? The wagon's great, you guys. If you don't have one, God, get a wagon, especially if you do laundry like once a week. So I wheeled everything in there with my cart full, and I dropped off my laundry into the washers. So I did all the laundry, jumped in the shower, took care of myself, jumped back out the shower, changed the washers into the dryers, then went to the driver's lounge and got a massage, bro. I was feeling good. And that's when I made the little short video. But, so I was going to do trucker nightcap because I was feeling way better. And so then my laundry got done and all that. And then I got in here, dude, and I made a great dinner. Placed everything in the truck, rolled out the fresh rugs, put Dee Dee's new blanket out, made my bed all nice. Now I put the soft, fuzzy blue blanket on, which is my winter fuzzy. I put my comfy jammies on. Like, it was all about me last night. So I had to rejuvenate because I literally was drained. Right? And so just robotically, I was sitting here looking for how I could fill up my last 2 hours of my day. I had to call it. I had to call it like the football coach, man, because so it's been a little crazy because of that, right? And so we're only having coffee like for the next half hour if we last that long, but then I gotta rock. I'm 3 miles away from where I need to pick up my load, and I want to be 30 minutes early so I can be early. I like being early, and so that's fun that I have the option. Plus, sometimes you need it. DIY semis in the house. Why so early? Because I gotta go DIY. And it's either because once you start going on the Amzn and they got you planned out for like the next 4 hours, 8 hours or whatever, like it's go time. This is another thing I realized about the Amzn. You barely have time to stop and go to the bathroom. And I've been back on my 1 meal a day diet because I had to, because oh my God. So there's that. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, Jeff told me that. Amazon doesn't like it when you cancel those. I know. And so the first time was like, okay, oops, lesson learned. Last night, I literally, it didn't confirm my booking or anything. So I was just looking at those loads and it booked both of them. So that sucks. So it was my boo-boo. But, I could not have done, I did not do that on purpose. It was like, how did they book? It didn't tell me that they booked. It didn't say, you booked the load. It didn't, nothing. I just get a message from Jeff saying, did you book 2 Amazon loads? I was like, no. So, jump over there and hit the like for me, guys, if you would please. Thank you for coming in. Old School, New School is in the house. Deer is the reason I don't drive at night. I did $25,000 damage to the LT. Man, I'll tell you what, my eyes are like the owl at night when I'm driving at night. And I love my bright lights on this International. Like, they really like light up the whole wide world. So that's good. But I'm definitely watching. Dar's in the house early. Yes, Dar. I'm sorry, but it's either we do it early or it don't get done today, because I'm the Amazon queen today. So I apologize. But usually I'm late, right? And I'm late because it's Sunday. It's like, okay, easy, like Sunday morning. Nobody needs to get up early, whatever. I'm still working. If I was at home, this would be later. But I am still working. I've been working since Tuesday on this Amazon adventure. And so my trailer is locked up and it's sitting waiting for me. My trailer. Up near home. So we're just trying to see how the math is going to work out on this deal. And what it does really, you guys, is gives me more options to run how I want to, run where I want to. Because I'll tell you what, I'm staying in the Midwest in my area if I stay on Amazon. What I'm concerned with is, okay, how's the math going to work out at the end of the week, right? This week it's been great. I caught up and maintained. So I'm straight. It took me till Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it took me 5 days to pay for 5 days and take care of the 5 days that I was off. I think I was off 4 or 5 days. So to me, that's awesome. But once we can get the baby out, and then I'm cut loose. But then Christmas is, oh God. Anyways, it's so much. Like, so then I can just run and see what I can do with it. I'm really after it. Like, this Amazon is like, this is chasing the bag. You think you're chasing the bag out on the spot market? This is hustling. Like, you are chasing the little bag. And so I'm learning by watching the Amazon loads that the prices go. So they'll post them at like $1.49 a mile. And then it's like anything else, right? But it's faster. So if nobody's booking, that price goes up. So I'm running stuff like, $3-4 a mile. But I don't book my loads like that. I'm trying to hit that per day goal. So I'm trying to run a 500 and a 500 in one day. Sometimes it's been more like 800, right? Because you'll get 400 for this load and 400 for this load. Some of those loads have been like $4 a mile, $3 a mile. Pretty nice. But what's important is your target per day. So some days were really long though, just the way that they're scheduled. And you're not running a lot of miles though, right? So I'm not putting fuel in here like every other day. So it's an adjustment, but I'm enjoying it. It's going to give me more flexibility in when I can be home. And that's really cool. Yeah, I don't want to hit no deer, man. The animal is in the house, up with the chickens. Yeah, it's what it is. I got an Amazon load that starts in like an hour. And so I figured I'd hang out with you guys and I'm having my coffee. I'm trying to wake up here. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how it's been going with Amazon. So, if anybody prays in here, I'm going to ask you to pray for Sterling and his family right now, please. He did a members only update on his channel. He's going through something. I don't want to announce it, but he can talk about it when he wants to. But I'm going to ask you guys, just keep him in your prayers right now. My first baby that we had a couple month ago, right? He ended up getting RSV and going into the pediatric intensive care. And so he just got out. That was my post that I put on my community post. I posted a picture of him when he went in. He had all the little breathing tubes and all that. It was terrible. Brand new. He's just brand new. So then I just posted a picture of my daughter with him, and she's all happy and they're home and everything's okay. And so baby mania right now, you guys. Like, I'm tripping. Dar. Okay, so let me tell you what happened with the pumpkin roll. Let's talk about pumpkin rolls for a second. I sent out like a massive, I sent some pumpkin rolls out. And so I'm sending Dar her own pumpkin roll. So I send it. Next thing you know, a couple days later, FedEx calls me and says, it's held up at customs. So I'm like, okay. And so they said, well, you need to appoint or hire a international freight broker or shipment broker, whatever. And they're like, do you want it to be us? And I'm like, cool, right? Sign me up. So they send me this form, and then I fill out this form. Now I'm trying to get Dar her pumpkin roll, for God's sakes. So so now FedEx is my business's international shipment broker appointed. Okay. A day and a half later, now mind you, this pumpkin roll is just waiting to get to Dar. A day and a half later, they contact me again and say, the form you filled out doesn't have, so I put my EIN number on there, right? Because it asks for your business number. So this is a learning process, guys. So they send me an explanation saying, well, that's not the right number. You need to apply for a business number from the Canadian Revenue Service. And they're like, we can do that for you. I'm like, okay, cool. Come on. And so now they got to apply to the Canadian Revenue Service to get my business this special number. And then it goes on that form, and then everybody's appointed. I got my own number, and now I'll be able to, I'm listed as an international shipper as a business, right? So, okay, once we get all this stuff done, it's all ironed out. And I'm legally allowed to ship stuff over there. Great. Unfortunately, poor Dar is waiting on her pumpkin roll. So, DIY, if you're still in here, I would love some feedback on if you liked yours. I'm dying to know if you liked it. He texted me when he got it, but I want to hear. I want some feedback on his reaction when he had some. Dar says, that's so weird. People ship food all the time. Well, I think it's because I did it under my business name, Dar. Because my business is paying for the shipping as a business expense for corporate gifts. So that's why, because I'm a business. So the FedEx account is my business's FedEx account, etc. Right? If you send person to person, which I didn't know this, but now I do. But hey, I'm writing that stuff off because I shipped out like 6. Like, it got expensive. And then I paid my mom for making them. So I was like, holy crap. Merry Christmas, everybody. But I'm like, okay, so we're just gonna write off this up because I'm giving corporate gifts. So that's why the way I set it up and the way it is, that's why. Which is fine because now we're set up. It's not gonna be a problem once we get this out of the way. Everything past that will be easy. But I think it red flagged them. It red flagged because I'm a business sending something over there. So I don't think your quality of your pumpkin roll is going to suffer. So I'm not worried about the pumpkin roll unless they're beating it up. I also want to know, like, what condition these are showing up in. Because I didn't put a whole lot of bubble wrap. They were frozen when I put them in the box. I threw some shredded paper in there and I sent it on its way. So, and they're in a little aluminum pan. So I don't know if they're going to be all beat up or not. That's a good point about the business. Yeah. So just lesson learned. If you want your business to send stuff over the Canadian border, you have to apply to get a Canadian business number. Canadian business number. Yeah, that's what it's called. And you get that for your business. Then you have to appoint a freight broker or hire a freight broker, whatever. So FedEx charged me. He said, it's only going to be like up to $30. It's not even going to be that much. I'm like, okay. But then you have to have an appointed freight broker for that. And FedEx has been great. They've made it easy and been holding my hand through the whole process. So I really appreciate them for that. But you know, we got to get through the red tape. So we're in red tape with that. But Dar, I can't wait till you get it. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, the anticipation. And so Mom even went as far as to make a chocolate one for Wheel Burner. Chocolate fudge cake roll with that secret amazing filling inside, and then she added micro chocolate chips inside of that. I told him already. He probably told you already. But yeah. So now she's all pumped and she's experimenting with flavors. So that's that. What else? How's everybody's week going? Where are you at? How's freight going for you? Are you hanging in there? Like, give me some. Jerome, how are you doing? What are you doing, Jerome? Old school. What are you guys up to? Oh, I missed Old School's comment. Amazon will find any reason to get rid of people. I did Amazon warehouse for a few months and will not ever work for any Amazon again. What's your reason, Old School? I'm curious. Jerome, send me your address, bro. Mom's been making, so it's not only that, you know, I'm having her whip up these for you guys, but my daughter took some to her work, and now her work's putting in orders, right? So I've been paying my mom like $25 to make them, or $35 to make them. Shipping is $25 for each one. It pretty much didn't matter. Like Sterling's out to Nevada was somewhere around $25. Dar's Wilbur's was about the same. With the added expense of setting up my business to be a shipper and all that. But anywhere I sent it, it was pretty much around $21 to $25. So Faith's work has been putting in paid orders for them to my mom. So like my dad is getting mad at her because the oven has been running like crazy. My mother's thrilled because she's just so happy that my mom's like 70 some years old. She's so happy that someone is finding this much excitement in her cooking. So she's happily dancing around the kitchen doing this. Like she's glowing. And I'm like, no, Mom, like this is going on. People are talking about this on the internet, right? I'm like, they're really that good. She's like, oh. my funny mom. So it's bringing her lots of joy, but my dad is getting very pissed off. So they had a kind of an argument about it. He's like, you're not running a business. Because I'm like, yeah, we can start a business, Ma. For her, because, you know, she's getting older and it brings her joy and she can make herself a little pocket money. So Dad's not happy. It's like when my mom starts making money, for some reason, my dad gets irritated. Old School says, I'm headed to Menominee for Baton Rouge in Illinois now. Oh, okay. It's extremely warm weather here in Ohio. And even when I went up to like over by the Erie, like I've been kind of running along the bottom of Erie, the weather's been absolutely extra warm. I expected it to be getting colder, but we just had a blast of winter and then now it's all warm again. How weird. I'm grateful for it though. I'm not going to complain. Alfalfa says parked in Amarillo for 34. Okay. I'm sure it's warm down there. You probably got your air conditioning on, Alfalfa. Old School says Amazon likes turnover and in my educated views, the most racist company there is, and they don't like white people or people that get the job done. Wow. Yeah, there's a weirdness to it. The people on the ground, them people, I love them. They're awesome. I'm smiling when I go in there. They love that. They smile like we're just doing our thing, right? It's like there's this dark cloud somewhere that's controlling everything. This is what it feels like to me. There's this dark cloud of people on some other continent that are controlling everything or something. They don't want, it's like Uber, right? Same deal. They don't want to talk to you. I appreciate the technology. I think that's absolutely wonderful, the technology they've created so that you can just get in that gate and go. I love that. I love it. But the fact that you don't have support, like that's not American. Like we have customer service lines and we talk to people and we call for help. There's none of that going on with Amazon. So that's disappointing. Because if I had that, I would absolutely love this experience. So the point is, I guess, is what I've learned this week is you be on your game. You be on your game. You're not stopping to go poop. You'd be lucky if you got time to get fuel. So you better fuel up ahead of time before you get started for the week. That's what I've learned. And choose your loads wisely because you don't want to have to turn around and cancel it. That's what I've learned. Jerome says, doing okay, ran down South Ohio to Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina. Oh, North Carolina. Oh, so you got back up. Yeah, man, they're paying to get over east, man, and I'm not doing it. To me, it's too far past the point. And I've realized, like, once you get around Euclid, Ohio, the Amazon freight starts trying to push you over there. So it was very difficult for me to find a decent load. So I had to deadhead out for one, about 135 miles to get back in the circle I need to be in. So I'm learning about that too, like where the circles are for these hubs that are a lot of empty containers. I'm just moving. That's all. Easy peasy. Super. Oh, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this for Sterling. I've been able to finally maintain 8 miles per gallon on my fuel efficiency. Okay. So since I started Amazon on Tuesday, I'm at an 8.1. And that's great. Right? So I'm saving on fuel too. Alfalfa says it's 23 degrees. Oh man. What is it here? It's 38 degrees here. It was 55 the last couple days, even up around Lake Erie. Alfalfa says, I stood in the corner. You know what, Alfalfa? I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was trying to explain. Sort of. But that's probably not what you meant, but that just like, I was trying to explain, like, so all these bobtails just hang out around the Amazons because we're trying to like get the load and jump right in that gate because you're trying not to deadhead. Because there's usually no time. This is the other thing. I know that their AI system plays with you because it's awful funny that every load that I need or that I can take is scheduled just a little bit past the time that I can get there to go get it. Every time. So I'm trying to figure that out. It's witchcraft. So I don't know. Old School says Ohio has its own weather patterns. Get down around the river and it gets worse. And Amazon also wants to move to completely autonomous business. Hey, yeah, well, that's the thing. They're so almost there. I don't know how much farther they can go. Their workers seem to be very happy, the warehouse people. But they can get rid of those people on the Sky phones or whatever. They're terrible. They're terrible. That's the bad part of the experience for me. But I'll tell you what, it is chasing the bag hustle. I'll tell you what, which is right up my alley, so I'm okay with it. Dar says, it's been 50 degrees Fahrenheit here this weekend. Yeah. So, Dar, that's where I was up. I was up there running along the bottom of Erie. Not quite to New York, but just kind of stay in Ohio right there. I feel like I'm going to be able to do financially better when I don't have to. I don't want to get stuck out there though. So I'm really trying to discipline myself to like work the area because this is where I want to stay. This is where I want to run. This is my favorite area. But I can go, I want to go up into Wisconsin, Illinois and check out all that. So I'm on a journey right now to work this freight and learn the patterns, right? And become a pro at how Amazon does their thing. And so, Jerome, you should come on the show since I feel like you know more about it. And thank you, Jerome. Jerome's been a kind of a support person for me because I had to call him and ask him some questions. So thank you, Jerome. But yeah, if you want to come on the show, not now, but in a couple of days we'll do something and we can talk more about it. That would be cool because I'd like to talk to you about what you know, but I think it's important to put it on a video so that other people can learn from it, right? That would be fun to me. Alfalfa says I was quoting from Eagle. Oh, I know that song. I started singing it. But I was trying to explain something earlier. Who did I say it to? I think I said it just earlier on the phone. I was like, kind of feel like a cheap hooker standing on a street corner because the work is there. But we're hanging out like flies on poop, right? Like waiting for it. That's how it kind of felt to me. I don't want that to be it's a funny analogy, not meant to be negative, right? But I was just like, it's weird that it's kind of making me feel like that. It's just like the scene, Dee Dee has been really, it's been rough on her too. Like the sleeping schedule, she's like, what is going on? What is going on? We're not supposed to be up right now. Like all of that. So I got her a bunch of treats last night, spoiled her, got everything cleaned up for her and and all that. Took her on a long walk and stuff like that. And she's really happy. But man, we both just needed a good night's sleep. And a shower. Oh God. Because when you hang out at the Amazon, you better hope you would poop before you park that bobtail there. I'm just saying. they're not letting you go to the bathroom once you're outside the gate. And that's, some of them have driver's lounges, and some, I haven't found that there's one in every place. So I really learned a lot. I really learned all those things this week. So, yeah. It's nice to know that I had a nice profit margin this week. I owed it, right? So it's not like I got it in my pocket. So this next week, now that I'm caught up, I'm going to go home. When the baby comes, I'm going to go home. I want to watch that baby be born. So that's my big goal this week. But once I'm back out and I got the freedom to mess with all this, like, I'm going to go hard. So I'm excited. See what I can do. Because if I'm saving all that fuel, if I'm maximizing time, I get paid after every load. So, like, that's great, because I'm getting a load. I'm flipping loads like crazy, which is what I love, and it's lucrative. Yeah, I will perfect this thing. Am I paying for my trailer while it's sitting there still? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, Amazon will do everything to make you fail and will push you to make mistakes. Take a look at how many Amazon trailers are in accidents and how many are always rushing. Yeah, because you can't stop to go to the bathroom. Like, I've had to make Dee Dee wait a little bit too long, which doesn't make me happy. Like, I want to stop when she's got to go so it doesn't hurt her little body. But it's been wild. It's been a wild week. So I've done whatever I had to do that's required. But yeah, no, I feel you, old school. It's quite a hustle. Jerome says Amazon around Euclid, Ohio will take you to the East Coast. That's what I learned. And I told Jeff that. I said, any loads going up to Euclid, like all the freight, they had lots of freight, but it's going that way. And I'm not doing that. Because then you're over in Connecticut, Massachusetts. Then you're trapped. See, it's a trap. To me, it's a trap, because that's not where I want to be. It's the money there. The money's there. Holy crap. But this is the time of year that I am not playing with that. I'm not playing over there. I will not go to those mountains. I will not cross those mountains. I will not go over there. And the money is there. And I'm tempted, because it's like, okay, well, the weather's still warm. Well, you know, we're in like, look at what we just had happen. Look at that quick winter wackiness that we just had out of nowhere. So it's like, some days I just want to, like, look at the forecast and be like, okay, it's going to be good over there. God dang it. I'll end up running over there, and then all of a sudden it's going to be some wacky winter storm coming, and I'm going to be so hating myself and my life. I'm not putting myself in that situation. I don't care about the money like that. So I'm going to stay in my happy little zone, and I'm going to run the heck out of it. So that's my plan. And so, I know everybody's got to get going and all that, so I'm going to let you go. It's time for me to go. And so, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out and having coffee and talking about Amazon. Hope you have a great week. I'll try to do some more content this week. It's going to be nuts. So, I'll do what I can. But thanks for having coffee with me. Thanks for talking about it with me. Jerome says, I'm not the sharpest knife in the crayon box, but I try. I love you, Jerome. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate your support. And I know you guys like that I've run this, and whether you're happy with it or whether you're not, I'm having fun playing with it right now, right? And it's paying the bills. I didn't have to do this. This was suggested to me by my mentor, Jeffrey Lake, at Like Trucking, that, you know, some of the guys are playing with it now, and they're doing great. They're happy. So I was like, okay, I'll try it, you know. Plus my issue of trying to be home right now because baby time, right? And Jeff is really about family time, balancing work-life balance. So he's kind of pulling me in, saying, hey, you know, this is available, check and do, if you want to check it out, go ahead, we're all set up, blah blah blah. The people are doing it, seems to be working out okay, and so I have the flexibility to do that. And you know, I'm always down for a crazy adventure, so why not? And it is most important that at this time, baby's coming, I'm trying to be there. When the baby comes, I need something like this, because if there's anybody that knows, I can see what I need and make suggestions that I might not know about, Jeff's always looking out for me. So he's always looking out for his driver. So yeah, woo, love you guys, have a great day, go get that money, right, rock it, and I hope y'all get home for Christmas, you know. So we'll talk soon.